Hey everyone, welcome to part 10 of this Baldur's Gate 3 trophy and achievement walkthrough. We are starting off right outside of the Emerald Grove Environs waypoint, and we're really just going to head straight west from here. We're going to run all the way down this path. There's going to be a bridge that we come to, and once we get to the other side, we're going to be at a place called the Blighted Village. So just keep heading down this road all the way, and then when you get inside, a little cutscene will play out.
Is what a patriarch looks like.
Something's waiting up ahead.
Get over there! Surround them like!
I know you're there. Show yourselves.
You spotted us. Good. It's like they say. No fun in skewering a pig what doesn't know he's cooked.
There'll be no skewering happening here. Now let me pass.
We got you surrounded. Here's how this goes. You take one step further, and we'll fill your front with arrows. Or you turn around, and your backside gets the same treatment.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
Illithid wisdom, stand down now. And because we used our Illithid powers, we're guaranteed to get this one.
You're a true soul. But my mistake, sir.
A shadow swims across your vision, and a familiar voice tells you to be calm. You are loved.
You'll get no more trouble from us. Promise.
Ultimately, we want to go through the doors on our right side there, but we're going to talk to Astarion now for a little backstory.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
How does someone become a vampire exactly?
It's simple. Just find a vampire that will drink your blood and turn you into a vampire spawn. Their obedient puppet. In theory, the next step is to drink their blood. Once you've done that, you're free. And a true vampire.
So they bite you, you bite them?
Yes and no. The problem is, once you're a vampire spawn, they completely control you. They have to allow you to bite them. And why would they do that? Vampires are power-hungry creatures. They won't lose a servant to create a competitor. Trust me, it doesn't happen.
Tell me about your history.
Why do you insist on exhuming the past? I was a slave. A vampire spawn. Kept by the Tsar family. Perhaps I still am. I was never able to resist their commands. But now, I've been conveniently lost. They won't ever control me again.
Feel free to ask a few more questions if you want to. We just got a little more progress for the Pale Elf side quest, and now we're going to leave. So if you head straight down the path, you will get to a waypoint. That just makes things coming back a little bit faster. But you do want to go through these shabby wooden doors, and you can use Astarion to pick the lock a little bit easier.
With pleasure.
So here you see we have a skill check of 10. We've got a ton of bonuses, and we're just going to easily get through this one with all those bonuses helping us out. And now we'll head inside. Alright, now we're downstairs. There is an item that you can pick up and read down here. It's over in the corner. It's called A Pleasurable Deal, The Shocking Truth. It's sitting on top of the little cupboard here. Make sure that you target it, and then you can read it pretty easily. I'm not going to read it out loud. Feel free to pause it as we go. I'll just kind of scroll through it a little bit, and then you can read it on your own if you want to. It's really just a story, like an interview transcript for a man who sold his soul in order to get a little bit of fame for writing an erotic play. Alright, so that's all that we really need to do on the top floor here. Now let's head downstairs, and there's going to be a door at the bottom. Let's open up the shabby door, and we'll go through here. Definitely a good point to save it down here, just in case, because we have a couple of trapped things that we can open up. First thing we want to do is to climb the ladder down here, and then there's going to be this chest at the top here. Let's go ahead and pick this locked chest. Here we have a dexterity skill check looking for a 15. However, we have a ton of bonuses on our side, so let's roll the dice, and we end up with a 17 plus 3, 1, 4, and 4. Gives us 29, and we succeed very easily. When we open up the chest, you can see that we have some infernal iron. We need to collect that for Karlach's heart. There's also this blacksmith's note detailing a mysterious new type of metal, and there's also a sword in there. So we'll grab all of that, and then we're going to head back down the ladder, and there's another chest that is booby-trapped right at the bottom here. You can see it glowing orange. Make sure that you disarm it before trying to open it. Going for the disarm, we have another dexterity check at just 10 this time, even easier than last time. We definitely succeed with no problem here. Inside here is a thing called Highcliff's Blueprints. It just details how we need a special kind of bark to upgrade a weapon.
Weapon blueprints. They call for Susa bark. There's only one place I'm finding a Susa tree. The Underdark.
Astarion is correct. If you go to the Underdark, you can get some of that Susa bark, and then you can come back down into that basement area. There's a giant furnace down there with some big billows, and that is the place where you can put the Susa bark into the fire, and that will allow it to upgrade a certain type of weapon. There's a great sword, a sickle, and a dagger that you can get for that. Now we're going to fast travel over to the Emerald Grove Environs waypoint, and we're going to run down and talk to Damon, who's the guy that we met in the last video, who can upgrade Karlach's heart using that infernal iron that we just got. So I'm going to hurry this up, and we're going to get down to where that merchant is. When you get to the hollow, look to the right side. That's where the merchant is. And we're going to do a little bit of pickpocketing. So we'll switch to Astarion, and now we're going to sneak over behind him, and we're going to pickpocket a few things. We want his trap disarm tools as well as his thieves tools. We are getting a little bit low on those things, and these are pretty easy to pickpocket off of him. So grab those things, and if you feel lucky, you can try to take some of the other things off of him too. Just make sure you save it beforehand, because you really don't want to have him notice you and get into a fight or go back to jail or anything like that. So once you're done looting everything from him, now we're going to continue down the path. This was to the left side as you were running down toward the merchant, and you can run around it. We want the second stall on the left hand side. So here's the first stall. We're going to pass through this sunny spot, and then just beyond it is where we're going to find Damon back in his little blacksmith forge. And we're going to run up and talk to him.
How fares the search?
Would you be able to look at Karlach's heart?
Maybe. But I'd need infernal iron. And a prayer that my hammer will survive the work.
I found the infernal iron you mentioned.
Please let this work.
The weight of it. And that blaze of chaos. Can't imagine this where my heart should be. Must be quite the experience. Give me just a moment. And I think... There. You'll have to install it, I'm afraid. I don't think there are thick enough gloves in all the realms to protect from that kind of heat.
That feels... good. I'm still burning hot as hell's hole, but I feel less... changeable. Cheers, mate.
Pleasure. And as for the heat, I haven't got any solutions now, but I'm not giving up. Could be if the combustion chamber had its own insulation, or if we had some kind of enchanted coolant. Find me again in Baldur's Gate. If I'm worth my salt, I'll have figured something out by then. Take care, Karlach. And hopefully the next time I see you, I'll have something promising to report. Pocket any infernal iron you find along the way,
Alright, perfect. Now Karlach wants to talk to us. You can see her exclamation mark over her head.
Damon's upgrade didn't cool me down, but it did juice me up. I don't think I've ever felt more powerful.
And we're still trying to romance her, so let's make a little bit of progress with that by saying, I still can't touch you though.
Do you want to?
Of course I do.
I'd like that. Now, let's find that infernal iron before I overheat.
And with all that done, we're going to open up our map and we're going to fast travel to the Emerald Grove environs, the place that we've been going lots of times in the past. Now that we're here, we're going to take a long rest, so let's do that. Whenever you do a long rest, you make a little bit of progress toward the doing 4 long rests in one playthrough, and you make a little progress toward a subplot line.
One horn, the stink of Avernus, advocatus diaboli.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good. That'll teach me to underestimate you.
Karlach, the archdevil Zariel's gladiator, come to burn the Sword Coast to ash.
You've got it all wrong, Wyll. Karlach's not about to hurt anyone.
Well, not counting the fuckers that need a good hurting.
Shut it, devil. I know your kind. A heart darker than a shadow's nightmares. You'd cut a child's throat just to taste the blood.
A devil? I didn't take the blade for a fool. I'm...
A great fire roars through you. The fire of the first hell. You are Karlach, tearing through demons across a blood-red landscape of fire and volcanic cinder. The front lines of the blood war. With every swing of her axe, Karlach fulfills Mistress Zariel's purpose.
Proof, clear as summer sky. It's over, Karlach. It's time you feel the sting of the blade.
I've tried to tell you. I'm not what you think I am.
Another vision. Karlach's blade rays slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Wyll shudders with Karlach's desperation. She is a victim of the blood war, not an agent of it.
By Balduran's helm, No, I will not be tricked.
You saw the truth. I may be an effective soldier, but I never wanted to serve Zariel. Legged it away from her the first chance I got.
And yet you served.
Stand down. You saw what I saw. Karlach is not a danger.
Wyll catches his breath and his lips straighten. Sheer dread twists his face.
No! Devils cannot be trusted!
Gods, you're stubborn. Karlach's not a devil, and you know it.
Would you listen to sense? This doesn't have to end badly for either of us. You know monsters better than anyone. Can't you look in my eyes and see I'm not a devil?
You don't know what this means. You don't know what you're asking me to do.
I'm asking you to live, Wyll. I don't want to hurt you. And to be frank, I'd rather not find out how the blade got his name. I swear to you, on all I am not what you think.
Shit! Shit. You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Oh, thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce. I see the good in you, Karlach. I promise not to lose sight of it. Even when the hells burn hottest.
That was such a great scene. Now let's follow it up by talking to Karlach.
Glad Wyll saw sense. Even more glad he decided to stick around. Takes a pretty slick mover to track down old Karlach.
I'm glad he's joined us too. Glad you two could make peace.
Same. Now, instead of a liability, I've got a friend. Or I will have soon, anyway.
And now let's go talk to Wyll. He's just past our campfire here. Go around by where you can see Volo and you can see Wyll's exclamation mark.
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly.
Someone set you on Karlach's tail. I'd like to know who.
I can say only this. Karlach's not the only one who's had a villain's knife held to their throats. One night soon, when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance.
Penance? Should I be worried?
You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me.
Well, something very mysterious is going on with the Wyll, and we will unravel that more later. Let's take a second just to pet Scratch. Never hurts to pet our best boy. And while you're at it, you can also pet that like and subscribe button to make me make this same dopey face. But in all seriousness, thank you so much for the support that you've shown this series. Thank you for watching the video first and foremost. Also hitting that like and subscribe button really help, and hitting that share button to share this video with a friend. Well, now that we're all done, we can go over, and you can do a rest if you want to. You can do a partial rest or a full rest or no rest at all. You can just skip the rest of the day and we can head on out of camp. And we're back where we were before we did a long rest, right by that Emerald Grove Environs waypoint. We're going to run all the way back down the path to that Blighted Village, so I will skip most of it until we're right back here. Remember, if you did run inside earlier, there will be the waypoint that you can get to. It's just straight ahead of us from the entrance to the Blighted Village. So now that we're here, we're going to run straight down this path, and you can see the purple waypoint over here. That's how you know that you're in the right spot. And then what you want to do is go through the shabby wooden doors just next to it, run straight ahead, and then run around the bar to the right side, and there's going to be an opening here for this wooden hatch. So go ahead and use that, and that will take you underneath the building. Now there's a very special, very missable trophy that we can get down here. So let's run around, and you can see that there's some things that you can look at. There's some different like elixir of poison resistances. Go ahead, loot through this whole area, read the different books that are around here, and then we'll continue on. So after you're done with all the looting, let's just head straight out of here. And we're going to this back corner. You can see this bookshelf back here. What you want to do is look at the switch behind the boxes here. There's a lever, and if you look very closely, you can flip that lever in the back, and that's going to move the bookcase out of our way. And now we can go back through here. As you run through this secret passage, there's going to be a bone cap on your right hand side. It's just this mushroom, so you can grab that if you want to. And then we're going to keep running down this path until we get to this big room in the back here. Now there's a bunch of different coffins and things back here. Most of them contain an enemy, just like a skeleton to fight, but we want to go to the one just around the corner to the right hand side here. So once you get the autosave, then go over toward the right hand side and open up this moldering casket. Inside of it, there's the Scroll of Summon Quasit. You'll want to grab that and grab whatever else in here that you want to, and then open up your inventory, and then what you want to do is to select that Scroll of Summon Quasit. So it's going to be in your inventory now, whoever it was that just picked it up, and we see that what it does is it summons a familiar with the form of a Quasit that can turn invisible and scare enemies. So let's go ahead and use that. We can hit X to cast the spell, and X one more time to get the Rude, Crude, and Full of Attitude trophy.
Oh, shit, piddling toe rag! Never summon shovel, never feed shovel, now call shovel!
You recognize the tiny fiend, a Quasit. Wicked creatures, often used as familiars.
Wait, you're not Illy?
Illy?
My master! Tall, skinny, prick with ears. So, you're Shovel's master now. Fine.
This Illy you mentioned, who's that?
Master Illy, wonderful. He tricks them, heals them, then they die. So sudden, so mysterious. Shovel comes, Shovel takes them, then we raise them, make them walk. Necromancer, your kind call him. Fun, I call him.
What happened to him?
Don't know, don't care. Wait, are you horny for the book? Illy never shuts up. Book this, book that. Blah.
What book?
Oh, Master should go see. Talk to the mirror, and remember, balsam, good for burns.
Now remember that quasits are nasty little creatures that are not to be trusted. Let's run up the stairs straight ahead of us, and on the right hand side is going to be this ornate mirror. Let's talk to it.
Speak your name.
Tell it your name.
I do not know this name. If you are known to my master, step forward and declare yourself an ally.
Yes, an ally. I'm an ally of your master's.
Only a true ally of Ilintoth may pass. What think you of the Zolkir known as Zastam?
You remember stories of Zastam, a powerful lich in Thay who made deals with dark gods.
If you don't pass the history check, you don't get the same options, but choose the one that makes him sound bad. A foul lich. May he die 1,000 more deaths.
You are no Zolkir, but are you wise? Tell me, why might one use balsam ointment?
The lying quasit said it was for burns, however, the real answer is to clean a wound?
Acceptable. Finally. If you could see anything in me, what would it be?
I'd look for whatever spell will rid me of this worm in my head.
You seek to survive. You seek power. Be welcome.
Astarion gets an inspiration point because we were able to talk our way through the door like the charlatan that we are, and we get some good experience along with it. Now let's go through this doorway.
A well-guarded laboratory. What were they hiding down here?
Okay, what we want to do is move over to Astarion, and we are going to go get a Necromancer's book down here. So go over toward the left-hand side. There's going to be some traps around here. What we want to do is go to this rusted iron gate, and we're going to pick our way through this gate. We do get a skill check of 15 here. We do have some pretty good bonuses though, so let's roll it and we'll see what we get. And we come up just ahead of where we need to be, and we're able to go through here. So let's walk inside, and then straight ahead of us there's going to be a trap with a book on top of it. We want to look at this marble plate and we're going to disarm it. So here we have a skill check of 10. Let's roll this, and you can see that we get a 10 plus all the bonuses. That means that we're able to disarm the trap, and now we can grab the book on top of it without worrying about the trap going off. So this is the Necromancy of Thay. Let's pick it up.
The book is locked tight with no visible keyhole, only an oval recess in the cover's mouth. You try to examine the book, but the longer you stare, the more those piercing amethyst eyes draw you in. You feel the darkness radiating from the book. It's delicious.
A cursed book. How obvious. Whoever opens it deserves the fate that befalls them.
Please don't open the creepy book.
Tuck the book inside your pack. And here we receive the item, the Necromancy of Thay, and we're not able to open that right now. We need to get an item to unlock that a little bit later on, but we still aren't going to do that just yet because it's better to wait on that. This whole room is just full of lots of good things. There's research notes here. Go ahead and look through all of that stuff. Over on the other side, there's some other books and things that you can pick up, like the Scroll of Featherfall. Just go crazy picking up all the things around this area, including the Basilisk oil that's on the desk here. The Moonhaven logbook that you can read here will advance the quest about unlocking the ancient tome. That's that book that we picked up just a moment ago. It kind of gives you a hint that the key for that is somewhere near a well, and there is a well inside of the Blighted Village. So We'll be exploring all of that in due time. For the time being, we're just going to run around this room collecting everything. Ultimately, what you'll want to do is to come into this room. There is a rusted key on the wall. You can go ahead and pick that up. It's on the shelf down here. And then there's a lever on this side. As soon as you open up that lever, then it will lower the wall, and that's how you get out. But we're not quite done looting this area. We can run around, read a few more books. There's also a chest over here. We can examine this chest, open it up, and see what's inside. There's going to be a bunch of spell scrolls, so go ahead, grab all that stuff, read the books, and then you'll want to leave this area. Over in this back corner here, there's going to be a gilded chest. Let's open that up. It has the braces of defense. That's another piece of armor for us that we can wear. And that will just about do it. We've kind of made a big circle around the room, collecting everything around the outside edge. And now we can run out the main exit here. So that's the lever that we pulled. We're back where we were before. This is that same room with the ladder. And we'll just go back up here, and we're back outside. So from here, we're just going to go down this ladder until we're outside. I would highly recommend saving right around this point, because there is going to be a conversation with a couple skill checks up ahead that's very important. So once you're ready, then head up in here and you will get this cutscene.
Tastes like chicken. No chicken. Tastes like fish. Gentlemen, contain yourselves. This quarrel sours our feast. Besides, tastes like pork. And what surprise is this? Brothers, look here. I have eyed yet another prize. Fortune favors our bellies. Stranger, be you friend or food, the mark is her measure. Show us the brand of the Absolute.
Deception. I'll do you one better. I'm one of the Absolute's chosen disciples. Here we get a skill check, just looking for a 10. We do get a +4 deception proficiency, and we rolled a 6 plus our 4. We got it perfect, and now let's proceed.
Indeed. How regrettable that your meat must go unsavored. Food? Food. Not food. Friend.
I notice you don't bear a brand of your own.
I've no use for the Absolute, or any god. I follow two masters only, gluttony and greed. The goblins understand my appetites. They sate my hunger for gold, and the rest sate my hunger for meat. Boss Goblin give gold. We check brand. Good deal. No talk.
Forget goblins. You should be fighting for me.
I am, by all accounts, a student of higher commerce and extortion. Make me an offer. Tempt me.
The cheapest option with the hardest skill check is Persuasion. I'll pay you in the flesh of the fallen. You'll have your fill. Using this option will give you a skill check looking for a 20. It's pretty difficult even with our proficiency bonus. You can see here that I lost. Luckily, I was inspired earlier, so I can retry this one. If you were to use the Rogue Deception by using Astarion, you are able to only roll a 5, but the goblins will expect payment later on and will attack you if they don't get it. So be careful about that one.
A brilliant notion, and a boon to my aching belly. We have a deal, my tasty kibble. Take my bone horn. One blow, and the ground will quake with my family name. Use it when the need arises, and never a moment before. Ogre kill everyone around, then Ogre eats them. Well spoken, indeed. Ogre kill everyone around.
You are quite the articulate ogre.
Am I not astonishing? A robust diet makes for a shrewd mind, you see. I am a gourmand, and you a delicacy. Were I so lucky?
I've seen few other ogres in these parts.
We follow the sense of blood and gold to all lands fertile, friend. And this land proves particularly fruitful.
Nothing left but to leave.
We will keep close. When you are ready, sound the horn.
And there you go, we got Lump's Warhorn. We can hire these ogres up to 3 times, and we have to re-persuade them or pay them every time that we want to do that. And they weren't kidding when they said that ogres kill everyone around. If you have friendly NPCs on your side, they will target them as well. They won't target your party members, but other NPCs that are friendly toward you. Well, that's going to do it for part 10. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support you give this series. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you have not done so already. And I will see you very soon for part 11. Until then, thanks for watching and have a good day.